Hey y'all, you know what's up. We back for another episode of Merm's Minecraft out here on the Create World. And if you remember last episode, I lost all my stuff to the deep dark. I have replaced everything. I went back in the video and I got all my stuff back. So fresh tools, pretty fresh armor. My storage area over here, the diamonds are depleted. You can see I have like 1,000 iron and 2 diamonds. Why is it? Does that just happen when I zoom on a ladder? Why is it punching? Why is my arm? Okay. Anyways, we're back in the Create World. Things have been going pretty well around here, but I would like to make some progress today because there's something I want to make and create. There's actually 2 things really I want to make. There's the crushing wheels. Now you can see this is kind of weird, but crushing wheels, quite a lot you can do with them. I want to set this little building over here that I made that I showed off a few episodes ago. This is meant to house the crushing wheels, but we just don't have them. Because as you can see in here, mechanical crafting, funky stuff, like a 5x5 crafting grid. Mechanical crafters is how you make these. And so we're gonna need those, but I need somewhere to house them. So it's actually time to, once again, add a building to our little village here. And I already had this one planned out. I think it's gonna be a little unique. But I will tell you, all around this base so far, we have only used one kind of power generation, and that is, let me go into free cam here, the water wheels. We got water wheels over here. We got water wheels there, even like probably gonna be here. There are other ways to generate power in the Create mod, and I'm going to venture out into another one. And if you know anything about the Create mod, you probably know where I'm going with this, and the natural next step in the power generation. All right, then I'm gonna jump right into it. I already got the foundation kind of laid out here, so let's start building. All right, standing here at the top of the brand new windmill build. It's not quite finished yet. It doesn't have an interior and there's some detailing left to do, but I did want to make a brief little interruption in the build to show you about how the windmill is going to work. Yes, this is going to be a functioning windmill with the Create mod. So these blocks here are the sails. Windmill sail. These kind of make it work, and I'm pretty sure they determine the like overall power output of the windmill. They're pretty cheap. I got 40 of them on this guy in that formation. Now, and then up in here, I have this thing right here, which is a windmill bearing. And this is what crates are at, but super cheap. Shaft stone slabs. Very, very cheap. Now all I gotta do to turn this into a functioning windmill is I gotta connect it together with super glue made with some slime balls. I've already kind of started on the center portion, but I need to connect up this whole thing together. So pretty simple here. I can just click on this and it'll create kind of like a rectangle onto that block. You can see now that whole section is done. I can actually do that. If I can reach. Come on. Work with me, work with me. Got all center. Up to there. I should have gotten it all. Yep. So I'll just finish this up. All right, I got that all done. So with my glue held out here, I'll go into free cam. You can see all the sections there are in this green. I believe it's just, yeah. So I think it's all connected together now. And pretty simply, you just got to go over to the windmill bearing, give it a click. There we go. We should have our windmill moving. Now, see, I was debating on whether or not it should be one more block out. I feel like it looks a little weird. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Also, am I crazy or is it spinning like the wrong way? Isn't it supposed to go the other way? What did... I don't know. I'll take a look. Okay, I double checked with my creative world and it was spinning the other direction. That makes more sense to me with where the sails are. Took a look at the ponder and it said that, yeah, on the side of the block here, it's just a little switch. I'll go into free cam. Yeah, that looks much more natural. That's definitely the way the sails should be going. As of right now, I'm gonna do some interior work in there and I'm gonna do a little detailing on the outside and then we'll get nice and into the content for the 5x5 mechanical crafting and the crushing wheels. All right, the detail work is now done. As you can see, put a little flower forest outside here using those magenta and pink flowers that I've been putting all over the village. I connected up the path down here, added in a couple of our tree lights like we've had in other places. Added some bushes around the edge, nothing too fancy. And of course, I added an interior to this place. On this back wall of oak planks, that's where our mechanical crafters are going to go. That's temporary. I'm hoping to set it up so that it'll go like out from the crafters and then I'm gonna ship them over to this depot. That's where items are gonna go. Hopefully that'll work out. Added a ladder up here. It's just a little quick access. This room, I didn't do much on it. Honestly, it's really just so I can get up here in case I ever want to. Because it's got a pretty nice view. Although, granted, you know, we're in the middle of a big birch forest, so a little hard to see some stuff, but you can see our thing that I was trying to make peek out from over there. It's peeking out here too. See the goblet all the way from up here. Got our big old windmill sitting in my face. That view of the mountain. Pretty nice view from up here. But anyways, let's get making a 5x5 crafter. Hey, pro tip, the deployer, so much faster with the sanding. Got 9 real quick. And those will go into electron tubes, I believe they're called. Yep, I need 9 of these guys, so 9 iron sheets. 9 brass casings and 9 crafting tables will get us 27 crafters, just enough to get our 5x5 grid. Alright, I got the stuff we need here. Go like that. Got 27 mechanical crafters, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need a wrench here. Don't actually know for sure, because it's something to do with the inputs that you need it for. Which I think may or may not matter. But we'll tear down this oak wall. Reveal the ugliness underneath. And do I just place them towards me? Yep. Okay, so can I just like... Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna place manually anyway, so I don't need the wrench. There's something you can do where like you connect like this. I think that's for distributing if you're doing like auto crafting in like a machine kind of thing. Hopefully that makes sense. So for now, all I gotta do is this. And then those arrows, I know they need to line up. So we need all of these to point down to here. I'm gonna move those to the right. Those arrows is what I'm talking about, by the way, just so we're on the same page. So now we should be able to just move everything down like so. So you can follow from any one of these squares. It'll go down there to the right, and it'll all lead into the center. Then the center will go down. All right, I'm down in the guts here, and this is the system I'm going to be looking at using to get the items into that depot. Pretty simple. I just used the hopper chain, plain and simple. No conveyor belts or anything. I mean, I could put one that's like 3 blocks long there. Whatever, honestly. And then it's gonna go into a chute. Now chutes have this mechanic where if you blow a fan upward, it'll send the items up rather than down. I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if I had this set up right, but I want to try and use that here to get our items up through those chutes onto this depot. But basically at this point, I just got to power everything. So I'm going to... Wait, actually, I forgot this is a windmill. We can get power from our windmill. Look at that, 2,500 stress units, isn't that really good? Yeah, okay, I gotta figure out a way to get that power down to there that doesn't look extremely ugly. I'll figure it out. All right, and we are actually all set up here. Let me show you a bit about what I did. This was the only way I could make it I could think of that would not make it ugly. I mean, I could have run like it down there, but I think it's kind of nice to see it spinning, and it's like super slow on the windmill. But yeah, I just ran it straight down pretty much. I had to move the ladder forward a bit, whatever. Don't really care about the looks of up here. So yeah, just vertical gearboxed it, ran it straight down, all the way down into the guts here, right into a speed controller, and then we just run that into our fan, which I checked is blowing the right way, and then up some drives here, and those are powering crafters. So now we're just gonna crank this. Okay, apparently not that high, and we do 128. Is that possible? Overstressed. Where do we cap out here? 92, 64. Overstressed still, really? 32. Come on, tell me we can do 32. No? There's no way. 16 is so slow. Can we go any higher? 24. 24. 24 is the fastest it will go, huh? That's so slow. I mean, let's see how it actually does. All right, we're gonna give this thing its very first test run here. Now, I believe this actually might not work with our current configuration. I gotta see. And by the way, I'm gonna make the crushing wheels, which is what we need. And we just gotta go andesite, wood, andesite. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna work. Okay, so what I think I gotta do is just kind of maneuver these so that it'll work. Maybe? Aha, I did some look at the ponder and it said that a redstone pulse can force it to start even if it's not occupying all the slots. Okay, this actually is not too slow. And now it'll converge into our crushing wheel, goes into the hopper, and in just a second here, it should pop up onto the depot. And there's two. Two crushing wheels. Nice. Well, hey, now that we have the crushing wheels, we can finally put this little building I installed to use. This is where I was going to house them, so I gotta get some power generated, and then we can get a little crushing wheel set up in here. Huh? So I've gone ahead and installed our crushing wheel here, right in this little building, as I said. And here's what it looks like. I'll just tell you a little bit about what is going on here. The crushing wheels, they actually need to have rotation opposite of each other. So you'll see this one is turning this way, and this one is turning this way. So they need to be kind of going into each other, like, you know, logic would tell you they need to be crushing, right? Got a basic water wheel set up down here. I got a ton of wheels on this guy. I think it even goes like further back than that. Yeah, a little bit further back there. And just take that power up. I got a rotation speed controller. We're working at 256 right now. So this gear is doubling it, gear ratio. So 256 is what it's actually going at, which is the max in Create Mod. So these are max speed. Then I got a barrel up here. You put the stuff in there. It drops through the chute, crushes down here. This thing will pick it up and put it into the chest. I tried a hopper, but the hoppers were not going fast enough. Yeah, and so I had a wood beam going across here. I might change that. I don't think that looks very nice, but what I will do is give it a little demonstration. I'll go grab some cobblestone here, or maybe some gravel actually. Gravel turns into sand with this thing, and we already got quite a bit of sand, but yeah, I guess we'll need some gravel. Grab some cobblestone. We can go turn that into gravel up here at our crushing wheels. All I gotta do, put it in the barrel. It drops down. You can see the particles coming through. And boom, right in here. We're getting our gravel collected. It'll be 2 stacks. Yeah, I was having problems with it collecting the items with a hopper. So yeah, the andesite funnel is what worked well. There we go. And there's our 2 stacks of gravel. So yeah, functional crushing wheel setup finally. As far as I know, the crushing wheel is actually the last main like machine used for crafting in the Create mod. So we kind of have access to everything in the mod now. And so I guess this is kind of a turning point in our series here where now we can start to get real fun with the mod. There's a couple more buildings left in this area that I want to make, just 2 that I have in my mind that I want to add to this area here. And then we may actually pretty soon here in the next couple episodes start expanding into the rest of the world. It's a rainy day here in the world, and I've been doing quite a lot of thinking. You know, I was just talking about how we have access to everything in the Create mod now. We've kind of beaten the mod. Not really at all, actually, but segue into, don't you think there's something else that still needs to be beaten? I do. And that's gonna be the deep dark, baby. I'm just kidding, of course. Got absolutely rocked last time I went down there. That's for the future. Of course, I'm actually talking about beating Minecraft, the game, and the Ender Dragon. I'm gonna get myself ready, get myself some Eyes of Ender. Let's go hit up the stronghold. All right, I'm gonna interrupt that little Ender Dragon montage I started there. It's gonna continue in a second, but I found something kind of crazy in the world. So you can see in that earlier clip, I threw an Ender Eye down somewhere over here, and so I thought the stronghold was like down here, right? Well, I didn't find it, but when I was looking at the map, I saw this stuff. I'm like, oh, that's got to be the stronghold, right? No, it's actually a bit of a crazy like world gen in our world here. So I come in here and there's a spider or a skeleton spawner, and then I went and I was like, okay, well, what's the other spots there? You go down here, right below it is a zombie spawner, and then you go over this way a little, and there's a spider spawner right there. It's like all the good spawners back to back to back. I mean, with Create Mod, you can move the spawners, so I mean, this really isn't that useful for me. But if I were a vanilla player right now, holy, this would be a crazy seed. Get all the XP up in here. I didn't bring anything to take the egg. That can be a future project. Level 68? Dang. 69? Nice. All right, yeah, that took absolutely forever. I ran out of arrows in the middle of it. And that is Minecraft done in 6 short episodes.